This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Hi friends, welcome to the revision class. I hope all are fine. It's nice to see you all back. The revision is not based on your exam questions, okay? I'm just going to overall revise everything and according to it, just please make a note of it. And if you have any doubts, you have any questions, please do ask me. What I feel is the first and the foremost important thing for you before you start with an Excel is to understand the Excel interface. You should know what each one and where each one is. And going ahead, formulas, functions, and other advanced concept you can. But keep your fundamentals strong. That will help you out in a long way. I hope all of you have maintained that Excel master file. All the functions what we did for 40 hours. I hope you have put it into one sheet, like a master sheet. Only few students have actually emailed me about their master file, but not many of them. The reason I asked you to do is it may not be required for your exam, but tomorrow when you work in a company, you can use that as a reference. And tomorrow you can always see how to work on it because all the functions and formulas almost in one place. It's easy for you. Keep that in the mind. So before we touch about the functions or formulas, let's just touch on the basic fundamentals, the interface of the Excel. What do we have here? The first thing what you touch in Excel is your command group. That's the one which you see on the screen is the command group. What else you should be aware of it? The name box. As you see there, a name box will actually hold the address of your cell. If you observe, F is nothing but a column, 7 is nothing but a row. F7. So the cell which is active, usually it will be in black in color. So this is called as an active cell. And only in the active cell you can enter the data, numbers, alphabets, special characters, anything. You cannot place anywhere else the data where the cells are not active. How do I know cells are active? The cell which is in bold, black in color, plus the name box over here is F7. What else you should be knowing about Excel? The next to it is a formula cell. This is where you can edit the data, you can put up the formula, you can see the calculations, you can just clicking on FX, you can go for the advanced calculations and see how to calculate it. And it also gives you guidance if you need it. That's a formula set. And always in an Excel, it is having only two headers in Excel. One header is a column header, the other one is a row header. A column is always represented by A, B, C, D. Row header is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So keep that in the mind. And what exactly is a column? It is nothing but the vertical representation in your Excel is nothing but column. And how many columns you have in an Excel? You have around 16,384 columns. And what does a row has? It's a vertical representation where you feed the data vertically, and that is nothing but row. And how many rows you have? 10 lakhs, 48,576 rows are there. It's a huge data. I don't think anybody would require more than this. If they need, that means they'll easily go for the next Excel book or Excel sheet. Why would they stick on to the same? And even the data becomes very huge. And what happens when the row and column combine or intersect together? You form a cell. So what is a cell? It's an intersection between a row and a column. It's a simple. And what if I select multiple cells? Then it is called as what? Anyone? If I select multiple cells, it is called as what? Exactly. So this is how simple questions they can get it from in the exam. That's it. They might ask what is a range, what is a cell, what is an Excel, who is the founder of an Excel, Excel, what do you mean by an Excel? So that's simple as that they will start asking you. So you don't have to worry so much. A launch button. A launch button you will observe on the top of the command group, you will have a small edge icon over here. Those are all nothing but a launch button. It's nothing but shortcuts. Then bottom of the sheet you have a worksheet which has three things which is called normal view, page layout and page breakout. So they can just give you this and ask you what are the different types of worksheet views are there. Then you need to say three types of worksheet: normal view, page layout, and page breakout. So you have to answer it if they ask you in the exam. You got zoom control, plus or minus. So if you want to enlarge the data or you don't want to, based on the zoom control you have. You also have something called fill handle. It's a small black square in the lower right corner of this selection where you can point out to fill handle. The pointer changes to black cross. I think all of you know, if you want to drag a data, take to the edge of the cell where you get a plus sign, click and drag it down. You should be able to get a fill handle. So if they ask you what is fill handle, here you have the answer about it. And I'm sure all of you have done this in the class. And what do you mean by an Excel? Group of worksheets is actually consist of an Excel, but that's not answer. Excel, it could be a spreadsheet which is used to feed the data. It is used to do calculations, and you know Excel is handled by Microsoft company. So more 3 or 4 worksheets makes you an Excel. Keep that in the mind. And by default, when you open an Excel book, either one sheet or 3 worksheets you will have. I hope you know about it. We have done it in the class. And workbook, every Excel file will be named, or every Excel book, which is nothing but a workbook. So it will be named either by XLSX, which is the latest version, or XLSM. But usually, if you observe, when you save it in what format, it is XLSX. Okay, that's something you keep in the mind. So workbook, you have a help button. I'm sure all of you are aware about it. Okay. When you open an Excel sheet, always the first cell A1 will be activated by default. And by default, the Excel workbook will be book 1. And Zoom will be always 100%. And you might get worksheet 1 or 3 worksheets depending upon the settings. But 3 things is sure of it. You always open with the book 1. Zoom will always be 100%. It will not be 100 actually, it will be in between 50% or something. Check it out. And always this first cell will be A1. So now you open an Excel sheet. Let's see if I open an Excel sheet, what happens. I get 3 worksheets and A1. Just for your information, I'm giving you all this. So would you share this PPT? Yeah, sure. I'll share it. I think this is all the interface you have. Any doubts so far? Anybody has any doubts so far? I will open up the worksheets. One of your student who have submitted me the entire worksheet. I will solve few of the things for your help. If you observe here, right from introduction, Excel interface, adjusting worksheet, tabs, characters, editing, tables, comments, advanced fill, flash fill, transpose, go to, so many things. So just try understanding each end of this. Of course, these are all practical thing what we have done, but they might ask you theoretically. For example, they might ask you, what do you mean by conditional formatting? And what are the different types of filtering? What is sorting? And what are the different types of conditional formatting you have? And they might ask you, what are the shortcuts? For example, what is a shortcut for copy? Control C. Paste is Control V. Cut and paste is Control X. So you should be knowing it, some of the shortcuts. So let me ask you, what is a shortcut to select all? Select the entire workbook. Correct. Some problem with my worksheet. Okay. To select all, great. How to, if I have to find a data, what is a shortcut to find? Then to replace. So some of it you should know. The I think in the class I have given you from Control A to Control Z. More or less we have covered everything. Try going through it. Even Control 1. What does Control 1 do? So all that thing, please go through it. I think I've also. What is a shortcut for auto fit in the column and row? If I want to auto fit the cell size, what is a shortcut? Very good. Excellent. So it is Alt HOI. If I want today's date, what would be the answer? Excellent. So that means you know everything. Why did you ask for revision class? I'm surprised. You have even access to the recorded videos. You have attended my class. I don't know why you asked for revision. And now I'm asking you questions and you're answering everything. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you're missing our training program. What is a tab and a group? You should understand what exactly is a tab. So what will be the pattern for the exam paper? I think you see, there will be a 2 marks question, and I think there will be a 6 mark question, and I think there will be a 10 mark question, if I'm not wrong. We have been asked to prepare 3 different sets of paper from 3 different faculties, and I don't know whether they'll mix and match or they will select any one of the question paper. So I do not know, but I think it is in this way: 2 marks, 6 marks, and 10 marks. And what questions we give, I don't know whether they'll select the same thing, they might not select it. So, from a theoretical point of view, just understand what each function does, what shortcuts for those functions are, and what are the different types in those functions are. So, that's something you should understand. So, what do you mean by conditional formatting? What do you mean by filtering? What do you mean by sorting? What are the syntax for addition, subtraction, division, and what could be the syntax for VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP uh, um, thing? So paper pattern is split into 6. Yeah, whatever we have done in the class, if you are able to understand those concepts, and slightly from, okay, practical is different from theoretical, but all the topics what we have covered, just learn the definitions and the types of it, so it will be easy for you. They will not ask you a problem and ask you to solve it. They'll ask you what is the purpose of VLOOKUP, what is the difference between VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So maybe what is a function. Okay, if I ask you what function will you use to combine first name and the last name, what is your answer? If I ask you what function will you use? Exactly. So that kind of questions they can ask. What if I ask you, if I want to convert the data which is in the form of vertical into horizontal or vice versa, what function will I use? That's it. It's simple as that. What is the difference between now function and today function? What is the difference between now and today? Today gives date and now gives both date and time. That's it. And what is the shortcut for today's date? Control colon. Simple as that. So these are the things you should. Then they might ask you what are the three different types of what if analysis. What are the three different types of functions of what if analysis? We have learned goal seek. Then there is something called as data table and scenario manager. So where is that available? If you go to data, sorry, if you go to home, you have what if analysis here. Sorry, not home, data tab, what if analysis, yes, scenario manage, goal seek, and data table. If they ask you what are the different types of conditional formatting here, in fact, definition also is over here. See, it'll easily spot the trends and patterns in your data. They might ask, so you can explain there only. And then when you click here, what are the different types of conditional formatting you have? You have highlighting the cell, top and bottom rows. You have, then you have color scales, icon sets. These are all different types of conditional formatting which we have worked on it. Each one of it we have worked on it. What is filtering? What is sorting? Saida, you have to ask your coordinator. We have only been asked to prepare a theoretical questions for Excel. I'm not sure about practical. You have to speak to your department. Goal seek data table. Yes. I think I've been answering your questions. Now tell me what could be the shortcut to edit a data. Many people are asking how the questions for the 10 marks would be. See, it's simple. If they might ask you like this, 10 marks, then they'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10, and they will give you right shortcuts to select all. Then what is a shortcut to find? Then to replace. Then like that they will give you 10 different subtopics, and they'll ask you to write the corresponding the shortcut commands, and if you do it, 7 out of 10, 7 marks, 8 out of 10, 8 marks. So they can ask you in that way also. So they'll break the 10 marks into this way. Yes, so somebody said correct. How to edit a data is just function F2, and then I can edit it. This is what you have learned. What else could be. Now, can anyone tell what's the difference between save and save as? What do you mean by syntax? Syntax is, see, for example, there is a sum 2 and 3. How write a syntax such that to add these two numbers using Excel? Syntax is what equals sum of, open the bracket, 2 and 4. Right? This is how you do it. Okay, my Excel is acting weird. So if I want to add up these two, the syntax will be sum of, open a bracket. This also could be. What is a function used to take the average? Okay, wait. Save is saving changes. Save as is saving a new file. Fantastic. It's exactly the same thing. But now if I ask you what is a shortcut for save and save as? Shortcut for save is Control yes. For save as, you can, yes, it's correct, Control S, but there is also shortcut, one more shortcut, which is function F12. The minute I do F12, see what happens. A dialog box will open up where I can save it in some other file. So the shortcut could be F12. And all of you know what is a shortcut to multiply sign. So it will be Shift 8. So if it is 2 and 4, if I want to multiply this, equals to Shift 8 4. So that means I can ask you what is the command for multiplication. So you have to say Shift 8. Simple as that. You know about it. Text is always on the left side. Number will always be on the right side. True and false will come in the between. You're aware of it. And editing data. Yeah. Control Z is undo. Control Y is redo. Control F is find. Control H is replace. Control G is go to. So please go through that topic also. Formatting. What is the shortcut to bold? Control B. Italic, underline, double underline. How do you wrap text? How do you merge cells? What do you mean by wrapping text? What does it do? Then how do you put a dollar sign, percentage, color, font size, font shape? How do you do it? Go through it. Think. I'm just taking you through all the topics. It's not that I'm teaching you here. That's the reason I'm just selecting based on what I want. And I have no idea how they're going to take the exam forward. So whatever I am looking which is important, I'm just taking you through it. This I think you should be knowing. How do you copy and paste? Control C, Control V. But here you don't want formatting. You want only the internal data. Then you have a paste special. I think you're aware of it. If I do copy this, and if I put here right click, paste special, and I just need the values. Okay, so they might ask you the steps. If I want to just copy and paste the values, how will I do? If I want copy and paste only the formatting, how will I do? You should be aware of it. And you know what is a fill handle? And when I drag it, there are two types of it, right? If I click drag it, then you have two types. One is copy cell and fill series. What is the difference between copy cells and fill series? They might ask. You should be in a position. You know what is the difference? Can you tell me what's the difference between copy cells and fill series? Anyone? Correct. Copy is the same data, and fill is nothing but incremental. So if I just copy 111, but I want 1, 2, 3, 4 means I can just go here, fill it, fill series. Okay, I have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It increments by 1 based on the previous data. But if I put 1, 3, and 5, that means I need increment of every 2. So I just take the first 3 cells, drag it down. Now you see it increments according to what value I will fit in. So that's small things also you should be aware of it. Not very high end. If you know simple things, that is more than enough. Now they might ask what is a tab. Here, if you observe this, menus, insert, page layout, formula, data, review, they are all nothing but tabs. Under each tabs you have groups. What are groups? Clipboard, font, alignment, numbers, styles, cells, they are groups. Under each groups you have different types of commanding commands. These are the few things which you should be aware of it. And if I want to copy this cell and I want to make this cell also in the same format, you have a shortcut which is called as Format Painter. I'll show you. I click on number 1, I click on Format Painter and I put it into number 2. Now this also became into the same color. Why? Because I clicked on Format Painter. Okay, so that's how they can ask you what do you mean by Format Painter. Now if I ask you what is a full form of QAT, what is your answer? That's it. So they might ask you, you just have to answer it in that way. Okay, I'll ask you one more question. What function should I use to remove additional spaces? That's it. So the function is called as trim. Something else. Date. Date also sometimes they can ask you a lot of question. We have done lots of examples of date function. We'll keep the simple one. Here, this is a complete date. If you want to extract just a day, then day function. You want to extract month, only a month function. Extract year, year function, as the name itself tells. But if you want to extract, whether it comes on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you have to use a text function. But if you want November, December, you will use a text. Again, year, you will use text. What is the format syntax for it? Equals text, open a bracket, select this thing, comma, open an inverted comma, 4 Ds. Then you will get complete day. That is Wednesday. But you want only 3 letters, PRUE, PUE, MON. Then what you will do, TXT, open the bracket, select this, comma, inverted comma, 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is a syntax. So I might say I just need which day does it come? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I just need 3-letter word, and then that is how the syntax is. Same thing as month. Instead of D, I have to put M. Instead of M, I have to put Y. For which one? For year. And weekday. There is actually what weekday and text both does the same thing. But what is the difference between a weekday function or a text function is, observe, there is something called numbers. It gives you numbers. What do you mean by numbers? Now, if I put 5th November 2020, it says 5. What do you mean by 5? 5 is actually correct. But if I convert into text, open the bracket, select the date, and it gives me what? It gives me Thursday. That is nothing but today is Thursday. here in weekday it gives me number 5. Why? Because in Excel, 1 means Sunday, 2 means Monday, 3, 4, 5. 5 is nothing but Thursday. So that is what it gives you in terms of numbers, whereas text will give you in the form of wordings. Keep that in the mind. And I think I have explained to you today's function only date. Now function will be date and time. So they might ask you, what is the difference between today and now function? You've got the answer over here. And you also know what do you mean by end of the month. It always calculates end of the month or last day of the month, whichever month you want. Now 17 Jan 2012, what should be the last day of January? 31st Jan 2012. What did I do? EO month, end of month, select the date, comma, 0, close it. That present month, 12th. 30th September, it says, I want, okay, or I'll say January 2012. I want, after 3 months, what should be the last date? Okay, your month, this, comma, 3. So I have to give 2, not 3. So January end, February end, March end, and I got 3rd month end date. So that's how is your end of month is. Are you all understanding? Are you getting the point what I'm trying to revise here? What is the function to calculate average? Is it AVG? Is it AVG? Is it AVG or sorry, average? Correct. So keep that in the mind. There is no shortcut. I think I don't know. AVG will not work. Equals. It will not work. So it is. See, it will give me an error. Then I have to get a average and select the cells. So that's something keep in the mind. They might ask you. You should be able to tell. Then what are the different types of referencing? Can you explain what are the different types of referencing you have? Actually, there are 3 types: absolute, relative, and mixed. Okay, so we have done all the 3. So absolute, relative, and mixed. So I'll just take you through that. The 2, 3. Okay. So first I'll show you what is relative referencing. I think all of you know about it. I'll just take a multiplication example. If I want to multiply, it will be equals sale price into units sold. And below also same formula, same formula, same formula. I don't have to change anything. So I take to the edge of the cell, just drag it. Automatically formula will be applied to these cells also based on the above cell. That is nothing but your relative reference. That's why it's called relatives. They're related. There is no change at all. But when it comes to absolute referencing, then there is an issue. What happens, I will tell you. In absolute referencing, if I want to calculate ICICI Bank, they are giving 5% discount. So what is the amount they will earn? So it will be 12,000 into 5%. Great. So how much money they saved? 600 rupees they have saved. Now I click on it, take to the edge of the cell and I drag it. What happens? You will not get the answer. Why will you not get an answer? Because there is no related. Everyone are related to 1, that is 5%, means this also should be multiplied by 5, this also should be multiplied by 8. So that means it's actually it's common, one common thing, so you cannot drag it. What I have to do is I have to do absolute referencing. How do I do it? Equals 12,000 multiplied by 5%. Now I need to lock it. I do not want it to move towards right side, left side, top, down. It should not go anywhere. It should stay in one place. And that's nothing but absolute referencing. Now, what should I do? How do I lock it? What is a function to lock? Excellent. So they might ask you this also. What is a function to lock? So F4, it gets locked. Now I can just click to the edge of the cell and drag it. You get the answer. So this is absolute. What about mix? In case if you want to go only on column side or you want only a row side, means you are allowing only one place to move, then you get it a mixed. Here it is always fixed. That is what is your next example over here. So now tell me an example from you guys. Now 12,000 I should multiply it by 5%. 12,000 I should multiply by 10%. That means this one I can make it to move from one column to another column to another column to another, but the row should remain fixed. So that is nothing but 12,000 multiplied by 5%. Now what should I do to C38? What should be the syntax for C38? Excellent. So 38 should be locked 1, 2 times. Then what happens to B41? Because I wanted to multiply 12,000, next 10, next 9, next 8. So I want to make sure it remains in the same column. Excellent. So I have to just block B and enter. When I do this, I don't have to do it individually. All I have to do is take to the edge of the cell, drag it, and take to the edge of the cell and drag it to the right. Done. So this is nothing but mixed reference because you're allowing one of the row, one of the column to move. Absolute is it's just absolutely stay in one place. Relative is related to one another. Formula will almost remain the same for all the cells. I don't have to change. That is nothing but a thing. I think you are aware about sum product. This is the only function which does two things. One is addition, the other one it will do subtraction. That is called sum product. So I'll just give you an example here. I'm going little fast because you are expert by now. You are all master now in Excel. I don't think anything at this point of time. So what is he teaching? I'm not understanding. No way. You have gone through 40 to 50 hours of Excel training and you have practiced it. And you have been in my class. You have had access to videos. And this is again a revision. So you have to be in an expert level. In fact, probably if you're in my place, you would have gone faster than I am. So that's something you should understand. How do I calculate a revenue? Selling price into volume sold. So it will be equals 20 into volume sold. That is nothing but my revenue. Now it's a relative referencing because formula remains same for all the remaining sales. Drag it down, I get revenue. Now if I want total revenue, it will be equals sum of the entire revenue. Close it, enter. You get it. But I have a function here which does both the things at the same time where I don't need to worry about it. Sum product. Then it takes the selling price and then it takes the volume sold, close it, enter. It gives me the same answer. It will only multiply, it will only add by itself, and that is a function which is called as sum product. Okay. I have a question to all of you. Anybody knows? Okay, I was about to ask you a question, but I just anybody knows what is the difference between VLOOKUP and index? I have told you in the class, both will do the almost similar function, but what is the major drawback in VLOOKUP that index does not have? Think about it. Indirect to different sets of which low considers only. Very good, Pooja. Excellent. VLOOKUP is always very much particular about the first column. Okay, so what I meant to is, if I go to VLOOKUP, excellent, yeah. I mean, I didn't expect if people will answer in this way. I'm still not understanding why you people wanted a revision. Probably you're making me to revise so that I can be better. I don't know if the student has given me VLOOKUP. I'm not sure if this is there. Okay, I'll check. I'll check manually now. Okay. At least give me this answer. Which function will you use to split the first name and the last name? You know to combine two words, but if I ask you to split, which function will you use? If I first name and second name, if I want to split it, this is something. Now I caught you guys. So not many people are answering my question now. Very good. Text to column. Yes. Excellent. So if you want to split the data, it is text to column. Good, yeah. Much better than other college students. You guys rock. If you observe here, this is what we have done. Apne Jeffrey, we were able to split the data. I'm not getting into practicals. I'm not showing you how to do it. The reason is it's a theoretical paper, so you should know the functions. That's the best part of it. What is the function to make all the characters into capital letters? Careful. See, you should have upper, open and close the bracket. So you might have to answer in this way. Don't write uppercase. So all the lowercase means this. And all the first character, first letter of every word, if you want it, it is nothing but proper. You should be knowing max function. What does it do? You should know what does a minimum function will do. You should be aware of it. And count function also very important for you to understand. What is this count function? You know, it will only calculate the numbers. It will not calculate the text. It will not calculate the error. It will not calculate the blank space. For that, count A will do. What does count A do? Anything that is filled, including errors and text. I have mentioned here, but it will not count blanks. If you want to calculate only blanks, then you have count blank. It's clearly mentioned here. What is count A? Count A, and count blank. Okay. So that also you should be aware of it. Please ask doubts. People have become silent. What are the different types of? You have a numeric filter, date filter, top 10 filter, text filter. So they might ask you what are the different types of filter. What does a filter does? So if you don't know what is the definition for a filter, you can actually in the Excel only they will have a small definitions over here. See, what do you mean by sort? Organize your data so it's easier to analyze. So just put your cursor near to that place. You will get all the filter. So what does filter do? You can write tell me more. We can't open Excel sheets. No. I mean telling before going for the exam, how you have to prepare. And if you just put your sort away, I'm not telling you how to copy or how to make use of Excel sheet. I'm telling before. So you can just click on tell me more. You have an help over here. It will give you the answer. What do you mean by sorting? What do you mean by filtering? Okay, so if I want the data to be organized alphabetically, ascending order, descending order, would you be using sorting or would you be using filtering? So that's how they can ask you a question. And what are the different types of filtering? So that's how you have to go to data, click on it as an advanced filtering. And when you select one of it, you have again different types sorting A to Z, sort by color, you have text filter, you have so many different types of filtering. So that also they can ask you. So you have to basically do a complete post-mortem of Excel features, the commands, the formulas, the shortcuts, the function definitions, and all those things you have to be completely thorough about it. Even in the corporates, if they ask you any interview questions, this is how they're going to ask you. They're not going to ask you, okay, this data, do that, do this. They may not ask you, but they will ask you the basic things about it. Yeah, see what are the different equals are there, do not equal, greater. So many things are there. And go through if statement also. And what about if I ask you, what is a function to find out what is the how many number of characters are there in manufacturing? What function will you use? How many number of characters are there in the manufacturing word or quality control, logistics? Exactly. I have to use length. So that's a simple thing. You guys are ready for the exam here? I don't know. Okay, what is a shortcut for hyperlink? What is a shortcut for hyperlink? Wow. Yes. The shortcut is Control K. I think everybody knows how to print a sheet. Control P. Anything else? Should I share it with you? Shortcut to navigate among different sheets. Anybody knows? How do you go from one worksheet to another worksheet? I've shown it to you. Anybody knows? I will try sharing the master sheet. Some of you are asking for it. Yes. I'll share you the PPT. What is the shortcut to navigate among the different sheets? Anybody knows? I'm doing it. It's nothing but control page down. See what I'm doing is it. I'm control page up. Yeah, shortcut. See, control page down. To move sheet in the same file from one place to another, just drag it. In the class, I have clearly explained it. If you have made a notes, you would have got it. I'm just checking anything else. What does F1 will do? Anyone knows what is F1 for? Correct. What does control 1 does? Correct. I think we can stop it here. You would have got some overall idea about how to be done. Any doubts so far? Can we stop it here? Just type number 1 if we can stop it here. I will share the master file. Yes, it's going to be theoretical paper. Visual Basics, I don't think so. Just go through it theoretical way to some extent. See, even charts you cannot do it in the exam, right? But they might ask you what are the different types of charts. So you can just write as line chart, bar chart. So at least just remember the names of all the charts. Yes, they will give, but otherwise they will ask you what is the syntax for sum function. So you just put equal sum, open and close the bracket. That's all. If at all they give you small snapshot of an Excel, then you have to put cell numbers. Otherwise, just put equal sum, open, close. What's the syntax for average? Equals average, open and close bracket. Something like that. Yes, I think Excel and Tally will be together. That's what I know about it, but I might be wrong. But as far as my knowledge goes, yes, both will be there. Great. So all the best for your exam. Prepare well, work hard, and we'll see who gets the highest marks. All the best, friends. Thank you so much.